Wildly successful businesswoman and author, Traci understands the power of transforming the quality of your life. She doesn't just talk about success, she embodies it.
Is it possible to totally and completely transform your life at the drop of a hat? Woo, can y'all tell I'm excited?
The New York Times Book Review says one of America's top real estate executives gives hard-hitting, no-nonsense business and life strategies in this power-packed book. Traci Smith shares the secrets of successful living, both in and out of the boardroom.
It's not what happens, it's how you respond to what happens. I wish y'all could see the looks on your faces. I mean, it is just, there is joy and excitement. And no one here is thinking anything but spectacular thoughts, right? About what the future holds. So here the fly was trying to break through the top of this window. And I watched it, and I would go and I would try to shoot away, and it would get irritated, and then come back and try harder and harder and harder to break through this window, and tried and tried. And when it wasn't successful, I'd go again. I kept trying to distract it to get it to go under so it would fly out the door. Wouldn't have any of it, just made it matter. Tried harder and harder and harder and harder until it literally died trying. Died trying. And of course, I just was so sad because I hadn't been able to save this fly, you know. So I went over to the windowsill to see if maybe it was still alive, and I could kind of flick it out, and maybe it would get a second wind. And along the windowsill, there were all these other dead flies. The fly had ignored the warning of its aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, cousins. And it died trying. Now, in real life, how often do we see that exact same thing? You know, we watch all these other people struggle. You know, I own a real estate company, and I see it all the time. I see these rookie agents who have been in the business about two and a half days, and they have a question, and they'll go and ask an agent that's been in the business for like 9 days. You know, instead of asking somebody that's already achieved a level of success much greater than their own. Doesn't that seem nuts? Seriously, doesn't that seem like absolutely crazy behavior? So if the approach that you're working with right now, like in a relationship maybe to your job, you know, or to your love life, if it's not working and you think your solution is to maybe get up a little bit earlier and try harder, you're delusional. Because trying harder is not going to get you where you want to go.
This has been an awesome experience, and I feel it will be a life-changing experience. Everything I felt and experienced here today was positive, it was inspirational, it allowed me to overcome a lot of the phobias and fears that I have. I've always been inspired by Traci Smith.
I can control my future.
I'm very motivated this time to break the barriers that have been stopping me from being successful.
You know, there's a lot of energy here today, and that helped me as well to take that energy with me and to refocus it onto my everyday life and to truly break through the different hurdles that I have, leave things behind, and just move on to what I really, truly have to do in my life to get to the place where I want to be in.
The excitement, the energy, and the knowledge that was shared with us, and just how to use what we have to get where we really want to be.
Changing who you are at every possible level. There's something that we don't understand, something metaphysical, spiritual. There's no way to understand the power of actually taking a pen and writing down the goals. Perhaps it's because you involve more senses, right? You know, you're using your motor skills, you're using your eyes, you're using your thoughts, you're bringing in a lot of senses. You know, I'm a kinesthetic learner. You know, if I can touch something, I can learn it. So maybe it's the power of touching the paper, touching the pen. We don't really know. But the power in writing down your goals can never, ever be explained. If the goal isn't like a little bit nuts, it's probably not a really good goal. When Cortez cruised into Mexico, he was radically outmanned, radically outgunned. Failure was assured. He didn't have a chance. Not a chance. Well, Cortez really wasn't into failure. So he had a real interesting strategy. He burned every single boat that they came over on. Every boat. Do you think that made his soldiers a little bit more committed to victory? They had two choices, win or die.
Book Traci Smith and she'll speak free to the community or youth group of your choice.
When you have an addiction to something, the easiest way to get your body over that addiction is to replace that addiction with a different addiction. So that means that you have to substitute your emotional reaction to all that negative stuff with something powerfully positive. Most people, when push comes to shove, don't want to change. So give yourself a huge round of applause for being willing to dare to win.
Empower yourself and live the life of your dreams. Book Traci today.